Action! Welcome back, guys, to another episode of SR Auto Group's YouTube channel. So, let me tell you what I've done this week. I've made a giant mistake. I hate my 996 turbo, guys, and let me tell you why. I was so in love with this thing, and then my buddy brought over his 1997 Porsche 993 C2S, and boy is it a stunner. This whole video, I'm gonna show you why the 993 is such a beautiful car. We're gonna revamp this car, we're gonna do brakes, suspension, tires, and we're gonna show you how good a 993 looks compared to a 996. I'm gonna sell the 996, it's pointless. The 993 is the way to go. Guys, join me in this video, let's take a look. Okay, Martin has now unbolted the front strut, 1, 2, he's taking the brake line out. What is this? Oh, this is the hard line, and this is the line that goes to the hard line in the body. Where is it, Martin? Oh, there it is, okay. So this hard line goes here. Yeah, that goes there. This goes to the caliper. He's undone all this. Now he's just gonna pull the shock out. Rough coilover, hold on. Oh, I'll hold it down here, Martin. You go ahead. So I got it. And just like this, Martin pulls off the old coilover assembly. It's not a bad system, it's actually still in really good shape. It's just our customer wanted a new KW set. This is a rough set that came back in the day. It should say rough somewhere, right there. There you go. Okay, here we go. So heating it expands it, gives it an easier way to break the joints. So Martin heats it up and then he uses both the 11 and the 17 to break it free. So it's somewhat red hot. So 17 on one side, 11 on the other. I'm going to hold the coil over. Oh, and it broke. There it is. And what I mean by broke is it actually came apart. So Martin did a good job, but we don't have to order anything except a new brake line. The rubber brake line, that is, not the hard one. The hard one's fine. And last but not least, we're going to take the clip out and pull the old rubber brake line out, because that is useless now to us. That is, once you heat something like that, guys, you got to replace it. You don't mess around with brakes. The hard line is okay, but the rubber line's got to get changed. So now the suspension is off and we no longer need it. We're going to throw in the new KW. So Martin is now pulling that top hat off. He just used the whatever socket. What was it? 21. He used the 21 mil socket right there. This is the Porsche OEM top hat for a 993, which we are now going to transfer on to our KW V3 variant suspension. Here it is. This is the KW V3 that we are installing on this Porsche 993 model. And here we go. So we're taking the top hat and we are fitting it on the strut. Martin is using his superhuman strength to press down the strut and tighten the 21-inch nut, which he has now told me about.
There's a 22 on this one.
Oh, for God's sake, it's a 22 on this one. Good times. Martin is now installing the KW back inside the car. Martin, while you do that, oh, I was going to help you with the nut, but I guess you can do that by yourself. There's the top hat nut. Now it is hanging, and look at that. KW. It does look far better, I'm not gonna lie. So in the spirit of this 993 video, I have Kevin here with these new speed boxes, but these are basically hiding the gem we have for this 993 for my friend. Go ahead, open her up, Kevin. We're gonna go with the back one.
Yeah.
Okay, so one box says New Speed, one box says Vossen, because we're trying to hide it from him. So this is not a New Speed, this is not a Vossen. This is the absolute coolest wheel ever, I hope.
Oh.
Is it?
Oh.
Yeah, it is. is.
Yeah, deep lip.
Look at that.
Well, that's nice.
So it's an RH, but it is a replica of a Speedline 3.6 turbo wheel. So a 964 turbo 3.6, the bad boys wheel, but look at that. That is stunning. Kev, go get a center cap. We need to look at this properly. Okay, Martin, pop out that center cap. And let's try this one. Just out of nowhere we got. There it is. Now look at it. That is such a nice wheel. That has to be one of my top 3 wheels.
You go do a test fit.
Don't ask me that question. So this is the front one with a different center cap for the Turbo 3.6, which I had in stock, if you guys were wondering. God, these wheels are just awesome, huh, Kev?
Yeah.
Okay, let's test fit them on this thing and see where we're going.
All right, let's go.
Okay, Kev,
Right.
try it. Let's see if it clears the brakes. If the bolt pattern's right, or for that matter. Okay, brake clearance looks great, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just clears.
Just clears, and the offset looks fairly correct, my friend. It looks a little bit pokey,
Not touching anything.
but when this thing is dropped, it is going to be perfect. So look how good that looks with the tire and with the wheel and the brake behind it. Guys, this is like the best thing you can do to a Porsche 911, a 993 or a 964. They just look awesome.
We got the rear too.
So Kev is trying the back wheel as well. So let's see how this one goes.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it's perfect. Look at that.
clears everything, not touching anything.
Again, same thing. Look at it. It looks awesome. Excuse me, Mr. Kevin. Look at the rear lip on that. This thing looks deadly. It's so nice, huh?
Oh, this is gonna look good.
Yeah.
This looks really good.
So we are mounting the RH wheels or Speedlines or whatever you want to call it. We have Michelins as well for the 993, so 295 3018s. They're PS2s, correct? Yeah, they're PS2s. And there is the front, a 225 4018. And Edmund is going to do the honors on our Corgi Master Code, which is the best touchless wheel mounting machine ever. I've used them all, guys, but the Corgi's the best. So there you go. Ed's gonna take care of it. And here we go. So he's using the fingers and the magnetic lock. And now it's tight, so you guys can see that it's nice and tight on the machine. So Ed, what's next?
Lube.
We're gonna lube up the tire. So usually I only do one side of the tire, but Ed likes doing both sides,
Yes.
which is the safest way to go, and I don't mind it because we never want to damage a tire. And trust me, we have damaged many tires. I've probably damaged one every month in my time, and Ed has, I'm sure, done a few in his time.
Outside.
So inside, outside, Ed just checked it, and here we go. So you set the tire on the bottom hook, just like that. Spin it right on, and just like that, pops on. And you gotta bring her in. Just like that, professional Edmund. Guys, it's a lot harder than what Ed made it seem like. He's been doing it forever, and this is an 18-inch wheel and tire, so it has a really soft sidewall. It is touchless, so don't mess around. Please don't comment my videos.
What are we doing
there
here?
you go. We're mounting a tire. You guys are ruining my video.
Porsche, number one enthusiast on the internet.
You're lucky
Porsche.
you called us, because technically you're not allowed to mount tires without our approval.
As I was saying, Edmund is a master tire installer. These people are just
Master
ruining my
jackasses. We're gonna go and make sure you installed the suspension properly.
On what? On what?
Put our touch on it.
Oh God. Edmund, thank you.
Hey guys, it's Kevin here. Raymond isn't in the office yet, but Martin's already started working on the 993 from yesterday. So what's going on here, Martin?
So we are taking the last shock out.
Yeah.
In order to take the shock out, we have to get a screw out for the controller.
Ah, so the bolt for the control arms.
It's hitting the exhaust.
I see.
So we have to take the exhaust out. So
Yeah.
Exhaust manifold.
Yeah.
So I sprayed some rust off yesterday on the screws. I already checked, they all came loose.
Oh, okay, so they weren't seized or anything like that.
I like to spray some rust off in and let it soak overnight.
Yeah.
So everything is good.
Okay.
I'm gonna take this out and then we take it out.
All right. Let's see what happens. All right, looks like Martin's got all the bolts off the exhaust, the sweeper off. Oh, and there it is. All right. So now he's got that off. We can get access to this bolt right here for the lower control arm. Yeah. There we go. Control arm down. And now we can get the rear coilover out. So yeah,
Bottom loose.
we've been taking off these worn roof coilovers and replacing them with a brand new set of KWs. I'll show you on this side. He already got this side done here. These look amazing. The signature yellow springs with the purple collars.
So let me show you on this side.
All right.
So the screws for the shock are way back there.
Oh, that's deep.
So on this side it's not too bad because
Yeah.
it's just the air filters to come out.
Okay.
On this side you basically have to remove the whole electric motor here. It's
Wow.
not too much work,
Yeah.
but you can see it right
Okay,
there.
yeah, there it is, guys. I don't know if you guys can see,
You
but
can't put your hand in there.
it's deep in there. Yeah, right there.
So let's remove this and
Okay.
then get to it.
All right, Martin.
So you see it out.
Yeah, he's got it out.
It's a blower motor.
Okay.
It's pretty simple. 2 screws here and here.
Yeah.
A couple plugs, a couple lines, and it comes out.
That was all about like 5 minutes. That was it.
And now you can see the screws. And
Yeah.
There's the 4 screws in the back here.
Right there.
Can't even see where it is. Over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right in the middle there. You can see it. That's where the top of the strut assembly is. Okay.
I'm gonna take this out.
So you loosen those. You got the bottom off already. So in theory it should just drop right out.
It's gonna fall right out.
All right, perfect. Let's get it done. And let's throw the new KWs on. Then we can put this thing back on the ground and see what kind of height we are at. So we got teamwork here happening. Ed's holding the old coilover assembly up while Martin loosens the bolts for the top. On this back here, as you can see, he's got his hands jammed in there. Trying to get those 4 bolts out so we can release the entire assembly. And then I'll show you guys a comparison between the two.
Okay.
All right, there we go. Oh, there it is, Martin.
Here it is.
That is the old roof coilover.
Now we have to get the top hat.
Okay, so we transfer the top hat to the new KWs. So we just use a spring compressor for this?
We do. We already did 3 other ones, so
Yeah.
pretty straightforward, no?
Yeah.
S37 upstairs.
Well, guys, I'm back here. Kevin has now left the building. I still have Martin with me, and he is going to explain a bolt that he just found in the, what is that? The
Vacuum line.
Vacuum line of this 993 with Varioram. Okay, Martin, what is this all about?
So I'm gonna assume that when I put the suspension in the first time,
Yeah,
they popped this hose out
yeah.
and couldn't find it anymore. But I did find it. It's up here, which was glued on this carpet here. So probably it was here and they pulled it and they found
Why
this
does that hose
one piece.
diameter look completely different?
Because
Oh,
the
it's because
screw
they
is
jammed
in.
this. Oh my god.
So,
What is that for?
This is a hard liner. It probably, I'm not sure, but I would assume it goes to the canister, the vacuum canister,
Oh, the vacuum canister.
because it's a hard line.
Okay, let's put it back together and take that screw out. Okay, cool. Okay guys, so we're back at the 993. Kevin and Martin were doing a whole bunch of stuff to it this morning. I looked at it with him. Bunch of Porsche just arrived from Porsche. Let's take a quick look and see what it is and for which car. These ones are, I believe, oh, these are the side aprons for the 996.
Oh.
So these are the lower rocker moldings. Really easy stuff. I'm not gonna really open it up because it's way too hard to open up. But guys, all this is the plastic molding that goes underneath here. So I got a new rocker molding that goes there. That's one. Let's see what the other box is.
So none of this stuff is discontinued?
No,
996
996s are way too new to discontinue. Even the 993s, there's parts readily available for them. Porsches are so popular that I don't think they'll ever discontinue anything. I'm guessing this is the other side. Yes, sir. This is just the driver's side, so that's not a big deal.
Okay.
Okay, then we got brakes. So this looks like the 993 rotors. Yeah, it is. So Martin pointed out to me the other day, and this is why we knew we had the wrong brakes, is that the 993, the C2S and the turbos have hats on them. So they're actually a two-piece rotor that are bolted on here. This is sprayed on for corrosion, guys. So this is for the 993 behind me, made in Germany. So these are OEM Porsche parts. Now, you guys know I really like OEM Porsche, OEM parts, but the Worldpack stuff or the stuff you get aftermarket are as good. But for a car like this, that's a special car, that's a classic, I'll still like to go with OEM if they have the OEM available. So that's that. So this is the other front. What's this? These are the rears. So rears are just one piece, even though it's a much bigger brake than most cars, it's just a one piece. Again, for corrosion, they spray it down, but it's a really nice piece. So it has these vanes for cooling. So rear brake for the 993. So that's that. The second one also is the same thing. Now in here, let's see what we got. So these are the shims. These go on the brake pads, depending on what size. I'm guessing these are the rears and these are the fronts. I could be wrong, that might be backwards. So we got a bunch of these because we have to do the 996 turbo and the C2S. So we're gonna be using these shims for the brake pads. So Phil ordered a bunch of those. These are the sensors for the 993, I believe. Yeah, 993 part number. So these are the brake pad wear sensors. Since we're doing a complete overhaul on that car, we're changing everything. What do we got? These are caliper bolts that Porsche recommends to change every single time you undo the calipers. They're not high, well, they are high stress bolts, but they're not one-time use, but it's not a bad idea. They're quite inexpensive just to change them. It's safety, I guess. So the front ones are, however, something that you do have to replace. They are one-time use, and these are in red. So these are for the front caliper brackets. So those are there. So even though Martin did save the hard lines going to the front calipers, Phil decided to order it because Phil's good at ordering things. So he decided to order the couple hard lines. I will use them. They're not inexpensive, but the fact that they're here, I think I'm just gonna throw them in because we did use some heat on the old lines. So we'll just use these two. So it's left and right, driver and passenger for the front calipers. What else do we got, Kev? Oh, more shims, more shims. Yeah, so this makes sense because I got it for 2 cars, so we have a lot of shims. And then the pads. Let's see what the pads are. So these are street pads, I'm guessing, nothing crazy. Again, OEM for the 993. I'm butchering this box, but we're not gonna need it. Okay, so these are rears, I believe. Look at this. So this is what I mean when you buy Porsche. Look at this, look at that backing plate. It's really nice, right? So 993-351 part number, so I believe that's gotta be the rear, right? Martin, rear? Yeah, that's a rear. Yeah, so that's a rear pad. But let me ask you this. Why does the front pad look as small? Martin, can you shed some light on this one? Why does the front pad look as
tiny as the rear pet. I guess not. I guess a little bit taller and a little bit more. Hold on. Oh, that makes sense. So front rotor, front pad. That's the front, the rear stuff. So cool. I can't believe I said cool again. So guys, the last thing, we had to pick up a set of aftermarket brake lines. Usually I do OEM brake lines if we're not tracking the car, but there was none available. So we grabbed a set of Goodrich from a local supplier who had them in stock, which is crazy. Nobody ever has 993 stuff usually in stock in Vancouver, but we have these, so we'll put these on the front brakes and we'll have it set. We have the wheels that we previously mounted, so we will have this car finished on the ground, lowered gangbang low like I like it, and ready for my close friend who's also a good customer of ours. Awesome. So it looks like a disaster on the ground, but there is a method to Martin's madness. He's already got the rear rotor in, the suspension's in. We're waiting for some links for the rear sway bar. Yeah. On the Brembo calipers, all you gotta do is you gotta flip up this retainer that holds the pads in. You gotta undo the shims, which are glued onto the back of the pad, and literally this pad slides in and out. In this case, out, and that's it. You gotta do that, and then he's gonna pull the caliper out. No, we don't need to pull the caliper out, do we? Oh yeah, we do, because we got to change the rotor and the two rear caliper bolts, and the brake line goes in here. So we're gonna let Martin do that, and then we'll come back to a somewhat finished brake rotor assembly. The caliper is off, it's on the ground. Martin is going to use this amazing hammer. You know, I really like this tool. Look at this, guys. You hammer this thing, that thing spins, it opens a tight screw. It is amazing. So that's one. And he's gonna do the same with this. And that's Kaiwen. Okay, we're reset. Okay, guys, look. This screw is impossible to open, but if you do this, you use the hammer, and it twists it, just like that, and breaks it free. Those two Phillips screws are the only thing holding this two-piece brake rotor in place. Martin, can you show us how the rotor comes off, please?
In 1 second.
Do you need somebody to help you take that Phillips screw out?
No, I don't.
Okay, thank you. There it is.
Like
there it is. Not in bad shape. Not in bad shape at all, but let's discard it and get a new one. So guys, here's the hub. It's in really good shape actually. You can see the KW behind it. So hub for the rotor, caliper, we're going to use the two new bolts. That's where the brake line goes in, which Martin is now going to install after he puts the brand new rotor in. That is the left side rotor. Martin, you know how I know it's the left side rotor?
How do you know, Raymond?
It's because it has a big L on it right there. L.
And here, and here.
Everywhere it says L, just in case you didn't know that. So the reason it's important, guys, is because the drilled brake vanes are turning toward the car, and the vanes in here are also turning down into the car. So that picks up the air and it shoots it out the drill spots to cool the brakes down. But brand new rotor, two-piece. Martin's gonna install the caliper, and I'll show you how to put the pads in. So guys, Martin and I are installing the brake shims prior to putting the caliper on the rotor. It's easier just to slide the pad in after the fact and press the brakes, and it'll stick onto the shim. Now, what we use the shims for is so it doesn't rattle or squeak when you're braking or not braking in the car. Now, something really cool is that the top and the bottom piston have different size shims, which I didn't know. I thought the front and rear calipers only had different sizes, but in fact the front top piston has a smaller one, which is this one, which pops right in here, just like that. And then the lower one has this bigger piston. I can't tell you exactly why, but that's how it is. So, and as you can see, what I just did popped right out. So there's one, and there's two. So then you slide. Apparently that one does not want to go in. Long story short, when the pad's in there, it will hold that in. Martin is now adjusting. Maybe I will use another one and see if this one works. There you go. Okay, apparently that one.
Anyway, it doesn't really matter because okay, there's somebody playing against us here. Long story short, guys, put the shims in. Now we're gonna put the caliper on the car and slide the pads in as he does the brake lines as well. So Martin's gonna install the caliper. I'll come up over here, Martin. And again, guys, we're using the one-time use bolts, even though they don't look like one-time use bolts, but they came in a package, brand new from Porsche, to install the caliper. Then he's gonna put the line in and slide in the pads on the caliper set.
Good morning, everyone. We're back day 3 now with the Porsche.
Day 3, yeah.
Yeah. So Martin, obviously this side doesn't have any pads, rotors, or calipers. What's going on?
So when I took the rotor off,
Yeah.
I saw that half the brake pad for the handbrake is gone, so it broke off and
Wear and tear.
it's not wear and tear. But it's still good here.
Yeah.
Like if you look at this, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
And there's still a good amount there, but it just
But that
broke
side
off.
just, yeah, it's gone. So,
We're gonna put new brake pads, new brake shoes in.
okay.
The front is done too.
Okay, so let's walk over the front and see what you got up to. So, let's take a look here. There we go. We have the brand new OEM rotors.
We have rotors,
They're
pads,
two-piece rotors. Looks like you put in
the new steel liners in.
stainless steel grippers, brake lines, the brake pad wear sensors.
And
Pads are in there, OEM pads, and obviously the KW coilovers as well. So the whole front is set up already, right? We just have
front is
to
done, yeah.
just adjust the height now.
put the wheels on, bleed the brakes, adjust the height,
Okay.
do alignment.
Perfect. All right, and we're back. So, what do we got on this side, Martin? Last we talked, you got the new brake shoes.
I got brake shoes in,
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Okay.
cleaned everything up, I looped
Yeah.
everything up.
Perfect.
Now I'm gonna put the rotor on.
Okay. The new OEM rotor, right? Yes. All right. So that goes
Show
on. Labeled R for the right side of the vehicle.
Okay,
Okay. Perfect.
you got this. I need this.
All right, so Martin has finally gotten the car back on the ground now. Everything's installed, brand new brakes. All the coilovers are in, everything's bolted up. And let's take a look at this ride height from the get-go. So this is just straight with the coilovers in. We haven't done anything yet just to fine tune it, but gap-wise, it's actually pretty good. It's got, yeah,
These are alignment.
one finger gap in there right now. But yeah, it needs an alignment after we've settled the height.
We also have different wheels for it, but
Yes.
we wanted to do a before picture.
Yeah, so
Video.
look like it's one in the front, one in the rear. Let's get back full far.
So the caliper very low in the beginning, right? There was
Yeah,
coilover anyway.
but that actually looks really good height-wise. So the factory wheels are off. Martin, where are the wheels?
Pretty far back there.
Huh?
All the way back there.
Oh, okay. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? I see a bunch of tires. Oh, I think those are it. Bam! There we go. Look at those. Deep lips, silver faces. All right, let's go.
Uh, 993 is actually looking really cool. It's on the alignment rack, which if you bear with me for a second, we'll walk over here. There's Kev's Aventador, and there's the C2S. Quick view on the alignment rack, just so you guys have an idea of what it's gonna look like. But I will show you the final product later today in this video. It's gonna be really cool. Look at this. Look at these wheels. They are amazing. Guys, one thing that we do a lot of at SR Auto Group is wheels and tires. We own Pure Wheels. I love wheels and tires. I've been messing with them since I was 12 years old. So we're looking at the 993 since this video is mainly about that 993 or Porsches in general. This came off the 993. This is the front wheel. It's a 225/40/18. But what I wanted to show you is because we're working on a C2S or a turbo in that year, they had different types of wheels. They had a hollow spoke and a full spoke. So if you look at it here, you can tell like this is an OEM wheel. This wheel is not hollow because it has these indentations in there. So this is a full steel or alloy wheel. Now, to show you the difference, my 996 turbo wheels are actually back from Fast Track, who refinished them for me. So Fast Track doesn't really finish wheels usually, but they do a favor for us once in a while. So here's a turbo hollow spoke for my 996. Now check this out. So if you look behind it, you can see that it's a full spoke. What this means is there's a separation between the spoke and there's a hollow center in there. So the hollow is in this metal area. So on the inside you would see hollow spoke, hollow spoke, hollow spoke, hollow spoke. 996s like a C4S comes with a non-hollow spoke like that wheel. The turbos usually came with them. But if you're buying a turbo, I've seen many times where you buy the turbo and it doesn't have the hollow spoke wheel. So just keep that in mind next time you're into buying a Porsche, you're trying to get the most true Porsche for yourself. Guys, the 996 is behind me. This is the turbo. We've been working on a C2S this whole week. Martin's been working his buttocks off. He did the brakes, he did the coilovers. We got new wheels, the RH that are for the speed lines, Michelin tires. The car was polished. It's beautiful. It's about time to reveal it, but I can't reveal this car until I reveal our new clothing line. SR Auto Group merch. Here you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You saw it here first. Here we go. We're launching this in the next coming weeks. If you want this nice merchandise, give us a call at SR Auto Group. But that's enough of that. Let's get to this car. Guys, without further ado, here it is, a 993 C2S. It's a 97. Beautiful, beautiful car. Martin did such a crack up job. We did brakes, we did brake lines, we did pads, we did rotors, we did KW V3 suspension. We did these awesome RH wheels that took forever to get. Remember, these RH wheels are speed line replicas. They don't make speed lines anymore. So this took almost, I want to say 6 months to get. We did the Michelin tires. We lowered it GB low as best as we could. The car looks fantastic. Take a look at it quickly, guys. I'm gonna shoot you a montage so you can have a quick peek. Guys and gals, it's that time of the video again where I have to say goodbye to you guys. We worked on a 1997 Porsche 911 993 C2S this week. Martin put his heart and soul into it. We did brakes, suspension, wheels, tires, lowered it gangbang low, as you can see. This car's such a treat to have in the shop. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, in saying that, is there anything you guys want to see? Like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think of this video. And at the very end of all this, make sure you go get some of your some of your SR merchandise at srautogroup.com. Guys, always a pleasure. Thanks for coming and watching. Take care.